Hello everybody, once again, this is AikawaKazu and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about the new artillery revamps, which many of you guys have requested on my Facebook page, So here I'm going to share my insights, which I think many, seasoned artilleries will already know. But I'm going to try to compile everything that I read on the forums as well as from Half Sugar's video. So the first thing you need to know about the changes is that the changes were made to the Scope Arrow / Extension Arrow EX, as well as fatal tracking arrows, and of course, your boost to your Revolution Ballista, which is about twice the board damage. Previously it was I think 3600%, now it's 7500% magic damage. So there you go, Revolution Ballista has indeed been buffed. But the key here today in this video will actually be about Scope Arrow / Extension Arrow, and of course, your tracking arrows pertaining to the Tracking Arrows EX fatal tracking arrows. So the first thing we talk about is your Scope Arrow. So for Scope Arrow, right, if you look at the EX version, it says that you actually explode when it hits the ground, and an extension core will be created at the center of the explosion, which allows Swift Shot to be launched. So how do you actually do that? How do you actually fire off Swift Shot with your extension core? And what is exactly an extension core? So when you fire a Scope Arrow / Extension Arrow right now, I'm just going to call it Extension Arrow, guys, because this is what they write in the patch notes as well. So you can see this hexagonal shape, if I'm not wrong, this is actually a hexagon, is actually the extension core. And with the extension core in place, you can press the S button. As you can see, I'm backpedaling right now. You can press the backward key and then press a Swift Shot to show off like a pointing animation, which actually fires off your extension shot. Extension shot refers to the Swift Shot fired off at the extension core. So again, look at that. That is your extension shot. Is what the players call it. Alright, so we're gonna call it extension shot right now because it is a shot from an extension core. There you go, guys. So there you go. You realize that the range is extremely far, and pretty much I would say unlimited range. Unlimited range, as you can see, I'm now so far away from Aecius, and you can see that the extension shot is still activated. And one more thing you need to know is that the extension core remains for 60 seconds. As you can see, it's still up even after such a long period of time. So 60 seconds is pretty long in the realms of Dragoness. Anything longer than 60 seconds is usually buffs, which is around 3 minutes, and in the past, buffs were actually, I believe, 120 seconds or 60 seconds as well. So there you go, extension shot. So the most important thing you need to know about extension shot is that it's based off the board damage of Scope Arrow EX, or rather Extension Arrow EX, not Swift Shot, which is why you see level 16 Scope Arrow here and level 1 Swift Shot here in this build, where you'll be using extension shot more than Swift Shot EX. That means you'll be using the extension shot with the extension core more than you'll go, up close and personal to do your user Swift Shot. So that was your extension shot, but I didn't have a core because I actually pressed down the S button. So remember, so if you're going for the extension shot build, your Scope Arrow must be plated with the 20% damage, because the 20% damage will also add to the extension shot damage, because the extension shot board damage again is based off your extension shot EX. There you go. I think that's pretty much it for extension shot. The very far range after you have the core. And the damage is based off your extension shot damage, the extension shot damage is based off your extension arrow. And last but not the least, I forgot to mention here as I remember, is that last time Extension Arrow EX actually explodes upon impact on a target. But now with the new changes to leave behind extension core, the Scope Arrow now pierces through target. As you can see, now it no longer explodes on impact. I know the NPC is not exactly a target, but just to let you guys know. So if you want the extension core to actually work, you now have to aim your extension shots, or extension arrow, at the foot of the target, which will form the explosion, leaving the extension core, and then there you go, the extension shot will appear. So pretty much that's it for the extension shot, which is the new changes to allow artilleries to do deeps at range. So it's very useful for bosses that are stationary, like your golden boss and black dragon nest, your mist nest boss. When there's the green bubble effect, you can actually place the extension core at the boss, go to the bubble. Since the range is almost unlimited, activate your extension shot for some deeps, run to the next bubble, and so on and so forth. But against bosses that moves around a lot, especially most of the nest bosses like the lichens, like the boss in Garden Nest, the poison boss, not so useful. But I would say that because it's instant cast, look at that, it's almost instant cast, it is still very convenient. So with that, we'll move on to Beta Tracking Arrows, and we'll showcase that in Garden Nest. Alright, now to FTA, or Fatal Tracking Arrows, one of my favorite revamps for the Artillery class, which makes me want to play the class as well. So the first thing you need to know about FTA is that you can only activate after you hit 20 critical hits of magical based attacks. So skills like Aerial Chain Shot and Charge Shot will not work. Similarly, your multi-shots, your twin shots, and your pistol shot will not work. Which means this leaves us with your extension shot, your extension arrow, your swift shot, your rapid shot, your tracking arrows to actually build up those 20 critical hits. You can also use Boost Eye. Boost Eye is also a magical based attack, so there's also an skill, but it's only one hit, so it doesn't really help that much, but it's good to know. So once you achieve 20 critical hits, FTA will actually proc off your tracking arrows. You'll see these tracking arrows light up like it can be toggled, and you can actually fire off FTA instantly. So FTA indeed doesn't have any long casting animation like tracking arrows itself, it's instant. And with that, we actually move on to the boss itself. We're going to showcase it. So the first thing you know, or rather the next thing that's important for artilleries to know, is that you must make sure you have critical cap. To make sure that you get as many critical hits as you can with your attacks. And the mistake that most artilleries will do is that they'll fire off tracking arrows and attempt to use it to get the 20 hits. As you can see now, I indeed do not have 20 hits. Now I have. So even though tracking arrows itself is 20 hits, but your critical chance is only 89%. So always try to slot in a skill or two, or maybe don't even depend on tracking arrows to actually use your FTA. So as you can see, I actually don't use TA to try and block off. But look at that, because of, after those skills that I used earlier on, I have some additional, critical hits after that 5 seconds of FTA duration is over. So FTA or Fatal Tracking Arrows critical hits do not contribute to the 20 critical hits that, you need to chalk up before you can use FTA. That's why, you can't actually fire another FTA after you fire FTA itself, even if you somehow manage to get 20 critical hits or you slot in like rapid shots or extension shot in between. Which means this brings us to cooldown reduction time skills like your Adept and Physician's Cocktail and the Acrobat Spirit Boost. So with those skills, you're actually looking at about 2 FTA casts. You're able to cast 2 FTA in a row with Cocktail and Spirit Boost. And with BT, you're looking at 5. So there you go, man. So now we're gonna wait for the range up skill again and attempt to show you the the 5 FTA that you can cast, and to show you that FTA itself doesn't contribute to the 20 critical hits. So I'll show you what I mean. Once we see the range up skills, from the boss, we'll actually do it because this gives us the opening to actually showcase that. Alright, there you go. So I'm going to try get the FTA beforehand. I didn't get it, never mind. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there you go. You can see that it's over. And now I try again. 1, there you go. So basically BT gives you pretty much 5 FTAs. Alright, 5 FTAs, which means actually around 10 tracking arrows EX, because FTA actually do 2 times the damage of tracking arrows. So I think that's pretty much all you need to know about FTA. So just recap. You need 20 critical hits and only off 20 critical hits of magic based attacks. And with cooldown reduction time skills like Adepts and Physician's Cocktail and Spirit Boost from Acrobats, you can actually summon 2 to 3 FTAs in a row. And of course, FTA critical hits do not contribute to the 20 hits counter to activate FTA. So I think that's it for FTA. And last but not the least, the one more buff that artilleries have is the buff to Revolution Ballista, which is about 2 times more damage. The board damage has been increased by 2 times from 3500 to 7500 right now. So just want to showcase the damage now that I can. Alright, here we go. We have the buffs. You can see it's about 1.8 million damage, and look at that. This artillery only has 35,000 M attack, and look at that, only 8% critical damage. So it is definitely averagely geared. But you can see that we actually took down 1 HP bar of boss, and I actually soloed this boss myself while I was practicing how to use artillery. So there you go. So I guess that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys learned something about FTA. and of course your extension shot and extension arrow. Thanks for watching once again, God bless, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.